We're going in now.
Hi viewers, welcome back. Hopefully you've just watched our last hour of our show. The last half an hour is dedicated to your emails and text messages, so we'd love to hear from you. So please do send us your messages and questions and I'll ask them to Felicity. We're also on Twitter as well, so we're going to do a hashtag. It's Get Well, Stay Well. So hopefully if you're on Twitter, send us your tweets. You can also send me a tweet directly to @CyrusFernando on Twitter. All right, let's just go through some of the emails that we've had in through the show so far. Okay, let's start from the bottom. Hi Cyrus and Felicity, I'm following your diet plan but have recently read that B12 is lacking in vegan diets. Should I take supplements? And that's from Hayley.
Well, actually, everyone needs B12 supplements, so whether you're on meat or not, we all should have B12. You can get them on my website, which is Philip Day's shop as well. So yes, certainly do that. And also you should supplement some lactobacillus, which is something that you can get from your health food shop and also from our shop. So those two things are really good, and I also supplement with those. I used to think that we didn't need supplements, and I've begun to realize that with the deficiency in the soil now, we certainly do all need supplements. So even when we're having the raw diet, which of course is the best diet in the world.
Okay, I think Anne has sent us this email before she heard us talk about coconut oil. God bless you both. I would like Felicity's comments on the benefits or risks, if there are any, of topical application of magnesium oil. Also, is it healthy to fry vegetables in coconut oil?
Well, firstly, the magnesium oil is wonderful, and certainly I can't think of any side effects of putting it on the body after the bath. So great to do that, and we're all short of magnesium, so it's a good way of getting your supplement, because you know the skin laps up stuff into our body as well. So really good for you getting on the magnesium oil. I get mine from the Dead Sea, and it's a really good quality one. And what else did she want to know?
She wanted to know whether it's healthy to fry vegetables in coconut oil.
Well, it's a shame to fry your vegetables at all, really, but if you're going to do it, certainly do it in coconut oil or olive oil. But have them raw when you can. But you know, if you want to make them into a curry, for instance, that's another lovely thing to do. And have curry, vegetables and brown rice, which is really delicious.
Okay, this one's asking this from Hayley. I have many food intolerances, which leads to painful wind. So far, your diet plan has brought my symptoms back. Do you think this will go?
Everyone laughs at the wind, don't they? Yes.
I'm so sorry. Do you think this will go if I persist? Do you have any further advice for me?
Well, I tell you what you need, Hayley. You need digestive enzymes, which you can also get off the website, because they will help you. And when we've been under a lot of stress, the body just cannot take those raw vegetables. So that's what you need to do, and no more whoopee cushions.
And just let it out. When you're under stress, you just need to let it out. That's what I was referring to, Felicity. All right. Don't know why you're laughing.
Not here in the studio, please.
All right, Felicity. Thanks. Okay, let's see. Hi, Cy and Felicity. I am one of the difficult ones, but I have serious heart problems, osteoporosis, lupus, and recently diagnosed diabetes. That incidentally has been brought under control by the diet. Good. Praise God. But this week I have contracted shingles.
Oh my goodness.
I am on aciclovir.
Aciclovir, yes.
And was wondering what else I could do to help myself. I'll be grateful for any advice, and God bless. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, you know, at the moment a lot of the children have got chicken pox, and so Granny gets shingles, and this is just awful. Can be extremely painful. So you definitely need to detox as much as you can. You want to get on the colonics. You want to get this thing out of your system as quickly as you can. And certainly use the coconut oil, because it's an antibacterial, antiviral, I think that you could put that on, which would be very soothing, and go and see your doctor, obviously, and see if he's got ideas as well. But basically, you just got to rebuild your immune system, because we only get shingles when we're in touch with the chickenpox virus. We've already had it ourselves, and it just gets fired, and we get this awful shingles. But really, all we can do is rebuild the immune system as fast as we can.
Jane is asking, good afternoon and blessings to you both. Please, Felicity, can you advise how you deal with any fears of your cancer returning? I know our food and lifestyle, as well as the word and promises of God, play a huge part of our staying well after cancer diagnosis, but I'm sure everyone at some stage fights this fear at some point.
Well, you know, I think it's part of the mental detox, and I deal with that in my course, which is on depression, and so you can download that. I think obviously we stand on the word of God that he has healed us. By his blood we've been healed. We're living the right diet, we're doing the right things. So cancer is only caused by the toxins that we've stored in the body. So when you detox, there is absolutely no reason for the cancer to come back, and that's why I call my course the Get Well, Stay Well course. So it's not that we've just shrunk it down with chemo and then we go back to making more cancer by doing the foods and the drinks and the thoughts that we've had before that have led to cancer in the first place. So yeah, it's a mental detox, it's a spiritual detox, it's a physical detox, and then you stand on the word of God, and now I don't worry about it coming back, and neither should you, because if you have really detoxed yourself, it's not going to come back on you. It's only a matter of toxicity.
Okay, I'd just like to remind our viewers that we're taking your emails, text messages, and also your tweets. So please send us your hashtag Get Well, Stay Well, and we'll read them out. And also you can send me a tweet to my Twitter account, is @SarisFernando. Let's see, Dora is asking, if you like milk in your tea, is it better to have full fat or semi-skimmed? Oh, Dory.
Better to get used to herbal tea instead. But
to be fair on Dora, I think she sent this email before we discussed dairy.
Because Dr. Mark Heyman did explain all the reasons why we shouldn't be having dairy, but just use banana milk if you can, or use almond milk. You know, there's rice milk, there's all kinds of different ones. There's oat milk as well. So just get off the cow's milk.
Okay, I think Monica's also asking about milk and dairy. She's saying, good morning, just joining you, and I'd like to ask, what is the best alternative for milk, as I am lactose intolerant and need calcium as I suffer from rheumatoid arthritis and osteoporosis?
So it's the green leafy vegetable, as he's just explained. It's the green leafy vegetables and the cruciferous vegetables that will give us the calcium. And the last thing you want to do is have milk. That's makes people so osteoporotic. Yeah.
She also continues to say, I want to try granola porridge instead of toast and marmalade. Or what could you be suggested?
Well, the flaxseed crackers, if you want something crisp. And you know, it's nice to have something crisp in the morning maybe. So the flaxseed crackers are lovely, and they're made with the linseeds or flax seeds, it's the same thing. And you mix those and dehydrate them. They're really delicious and give you a crisp food that you can eat that's not going to damage you.
Monica continues to say that she has extreme pain and inflammation in her feet and body.
Okay, well now the pain patches that I'm really impressed with, it's a new revolutionary thing that's come out from San Diego. I'm really impressed with that, and I'm going to feature that on my London day, which is Saturday the 19th of July at the Royal Society of Medicine. I've hired a private room, so it's tickets only. But I'll be talking about the pain patches, we'll be demonstrating them, and I'm bringing a woman doctor with me, medical doctor, who's been using them very successfully in her practice since they came out. So I'm really interested in these, because I do have people contact me and say, look, I'm in intractable pain, you know, it's chronic degenerative pain that goes on and on. It's so exhausting, I can't sleep at night. And I have longed to get a natural pain-killing thing, you know, without drugs, without injections, without all these harmful things. And at long last, it seems that the pain patches really are working for people. They've worked for me, and they've worked for many people on my courses. So I'm introducing them in London on the 19th of July, and just apply on my website for a ticket if you'd like to come.
Okay, Rebecca is saying, another interesting program. I currently have chickenpox for the 4th time. Is there anything specific I can do to increase my immunity against the virus?
Oh my goodness, chickenpox is awful, and to get it the 4th time, that is just too much, isn't it? Really, you've just got to build the immune system. It's the only way. And so I don't know how long you've been on the diet, or if you're on the diet, but you want to really have a lot of garlic. You want to have a lot of things that boost the immune system, and keep off all the baddies. So keep off the sugar, which of course destroys the immune system. Keep off the dairy, keep off the meat, you know, the MAD diet, MAD, meat and dairy. When we come off that and we go on to God's diet, the Genesis diet, people do rebuild the immune system. Yeah.
Anne-Marie is asking, what foods are good for you if you regularly have low blood sugar issues?
Well, the blood sugar issues are a big problem because we've been having too much sugar in our food, so the insulin shoots up and goes down, and people have a problem. Once you get on the Genesis diet, that will be a thing of the past. So move yourself onto the healthy God-based diet, the Genesis 129 and 30. Take the wheatgrass, and for your sugars, only have fruit, a little bit of fruit. You can do apples, and keep the body in balance. That will really make you better.
Okay, Hadassah has sent us an email, loving the show today. I use coconut oil for cooking where required and topically. However, cod liver oil has always been known as a good daily supplement. Please advise your thoughts on cod liver oil.
Yeah, well, we all had cod liver oil as children, didn't we? We didn't really like the taste very much. But the thing is now with the pollution with the fish, and cod is a bigger fish, so obviously it's going to have more of the pollutants in it, and that's the only reason that we say go for krill oil instead. And Philip Day is very hot on that one and written some books about it. So that's my advice.
She also continues to say, can canola oil be used in place of other vegetable oils?
No, stick with the olive oil and the coconut oil. That's really the only thing to be safe.
I think very good point she mentions at the end as well. Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Absolutely.
That's a saying of the day. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Okay,
Quite
great.
Right.
Hi Felicity, thank you for your wonderful help and advice. How many juices do you recommend a day, please? I read recently that if someone has an illness, they should not detox too quickly, as it could put a lot of strain on the liver. What would 2 be okay?
Well, the Gerson therapy is 13 juices a day, fresh, organic, but you must do the colonic with that, because otherwise, you're absolutely right, you are suddenly detoxing so fast, the liver gets completely toxic, and so you have got to do these colonics that I keep telling people about. So few do the colonics, but you must do the colonics. If you have coffee, you do. If you have cancer, you do the coffee colonics, and certainly you must wash out. The Gerson therapy is 13 juices a day and 5 coffee colonics, or coffee enemas. And I have those wonderful kits that we use, and really you're not going to detox properly unless you do this washout. And it used to be absolutely standard care, and doctors have not been telling patients how good it is. And with the soft implant tube that I sell, you can't actually hurt yourself. So really, we need to do the enemas and the juices together, and then you will detox the body.
Okay, D is asking, I have chronic sinus problems. What would you suggest? I eat dairy but not huge amounts, which I have heard is not good for sinuses.
Absolutely. I used to have sinus too as a child, and I know it was caused by the dairy, but nobody knew, so they were giving me antibiotics, and it was an absolute nightmare. You have to really cut out the dairy, because it's causing an allergy in your body, and that is why you're getting sinus. So do, and you will see how much better you are within a few days, especially if you're doing the detox as well. Do the colonics, get rid of this mucoid plaque that has got into your body and is lodged in the sinuses. It can also lodge in the lungs, so we have a lot of breathing problems. But definitely dairy is not your friend.
Okay. Hi, Si and Felicity. My child is 5 and I've stopped milk, but she eats cheese, etc. What alternatives can be used for proper growth, i.e. calcium and bones, to avoid osteoporosis?
Well, it's the green diet, you see. You have to go on the green diet, and that's where you get the green leafy vegetables, which will be healthy for her. And there are vegan cheeses that you can make, and they're in my recipe book. So get onto a vegan cheese if that's what she wants, but get her off those bad foods and get her onto healthy foods.
Okay, please advise alternatives for drying seeds and nuts after soaking them. My diet consists of nuts, raw vegetables and fruits, but I currently don't have a dehydrator.
Well, we all thought we could do without a dehydrator. We all thought, you know, what a scam. We just put it in the oven. But in fact, it doesn't work that way. You can try to sun-dry things, but of course it will take a long time, especially in the UK. Really, at the end of the day, the dehydrator is a great machine, and you have 9 or 5 drawers in it, so you can do a big batch at a time. And really, if you put things in the oven, it will dry them out too fast, and it'll spoil the living enzymes, sadly.
So just to remind you, we're taking your emails and text messages live on air right now. We're also doing your tweets, so send us your Twitter tweets to #GetWellStayWell. You can also send your tweets to @RevelationTV or to my Twitter account @CyrusFernando. Hi Revelation, I have been drinking for 2 weeks straight. I am now struggling to stay awake, but God is with me. Can you help? He doesn't specify what he's drinking, to be honest.
He's drinking alcohol, I would think,
Yep.
and that is not healthy,
Yep.
and will actually dry your body out and kill you. You know, we get cirrhosis of the liver, we get all kinds of really terrible things happening with alcohol. So don't do it. Get on the green juices. I want to hear you're drinking a lot of green juices instead, and that will get you well.
Logan has sent us a text message. Hi, Si and Felicity, great program. My lumbar discs are touching nerves. What can I do to help?
Oh, goodness. Well, you need to stretch the back out. Go to a chiropractor. I think that they can be absolutely wonderful, like Dr. John Bergman, who we've had on the programs. And I think that you need some warmth. You know, get in a sauna bath or even just have a hot water bottle at home. But you need to stretch these discs out so that they're not compacted. And again, the pain patches, you see, if you could get the pain patches, that would be wonderful, because that's non-addictive, and there's no injections and there's no drugs, which always have a side effect in the body.
Okay, Alice has sent us an email. Hi, is 1 glass of green juice and 1 glass of carrot each day sufficient, as well as a veggie diet?
It's a good start, you know, it's a good start. So I wouldn't knock it. You know, even you start with one juice a day, that's better than none. And then when you gradually move on to perhaps a day when you just have the juices and you feel absolutely amazing. You know, we do 1 day a week, we do watermelon fast, which is just lovely. We just have watermelon juice, which you had the other day.
It was lovely.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah,
so you can really live very happily for a day on a juice.
I was expecting a juice today, to be honest.
Well, there you are. I've been running since 7 o'clock this morning, so I'm sorry I haven't been able to make you a juice.
Next time.
Maybe, yes.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Hi Felicity, I've been eating lots of alkaline foods recently, e.g. half a bag of spinach or kale. in each juice drink? Is it possible to be intolerant to a particular vegetable?
Absolutely, and we had a program 2 weeks ago with Dr. Patrick Vickers where he explained that there's a lot of oxalic acid in spinach and that people can have real pain from that. So for goodness sake, don't overdo that. Stick with the cucumber and the apple, as I say. Much better.
Okay, as we mentioned, you can watch our previous programs. We've recorded a number of programs now on Revelation TV for the last 2 years or so. So do remember that Revelation TV, we have a catch-up service on our website. It's www.revelationtv.com. You could also visit our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/RTVEurope.
Can I just mention, I've got, this is for Anthony. You wrote to me about your mother, Anthony, who's got Meniere's disease. Now, this is horrid because it's a loss of balance. And I've been suggesting, and I think other people would like to know this, that if you go to a chiropractor, very often you find that the Meniere's, this dizziness that people have and sickness, can very often be caused because you've put your neck out of joint, you've dislocated your neck, or you've dislocated a facet joint in the neck. And I did that myself skiing many years ago in my young and foolish days, and had a very bad fall and put my neck out. I didn't realize at the time, but when I stood up I was really giddy and dizzy, and this lasted for 6 months, and I couldn't drive the car, Si, can you imagine?
Wow.
So it was really immobilizing, and I was just so sick and nauseous all the time, and the doctor was ordering all kinds of tests, and a friend came along and said, you know, I had the same thing. I was hit by the boom on a sailing yacht. You know, he was sailing in Jersey, and he'd actually put his neck out. So I went to an osteopath, and he held my head, my husband held my feet, and they both pulled. I thought my head was going to come off, but there was a large click, and lo and behold, the osteopath or chiropractor said, that's it, don't do it again. So I sat up and I was absolutely fine. And to think I'd been given all these antibiotics and strange things to try and get rid of it. But always check first that the spine is correctly in alignment. So go and find a good chiropractor. And I hope that that will clear your mother's problem up very quickly, Anthony.
Gary has sent us an email. Hi, I have high blood pressure due to working long hours, on medication, but it's making me feel tired all the time. Could you give me some advice on how to deal with this? I have been to see my doctor, but he said it's the medication and it's the side effects.
Well, gradually get on the lifestyle that we're talking about. You can download my little course, which is Get Well, Stay Well. It's an e-course. You can download that to your computer. You can ring me. You can have a half-hour consultation with me through the website, and or else come on the course, you know, but not everyone can get away, and you're working so hard you probably can't get away. So I suggest you ring or just download the course, because there's much more than I can tell here, you know, 16,000 words on the course, and it's exercise, it's putting everything together, isn't it?
Comet has sent us an email saying, my 6-year-old son isn't eating well. He is really picky. He won't eat any vegetables. He does love fish, i.e. tuna, mayo, jacket potato, and fried sprouts, potatoes, carrots, and sometimes. There is a supplement milkshake out called Pediasure.
Okay.
It's a good idea to give this. Is this a good idea to give this for him to get his nutrients?
Well, I don't know about that one, and it's probably got all kinds of preservatives and things in it if it's commercially made. I would say get him on my beautiful banana ice cream, which, as you know, is the frozen bananas, which we blend up with, say, pineapples or apricots or other delicious fruit, and that is completely dairy-free and sugar-free. So get him on that.
Felicity, this is the end of today's program now. We've come. So in a few words, just kind of give your final advice to our viewers, if you may.
Well, it was all about food choices today, really, wasn't it? And, you know, we can go on to this diet gently and slowly, or we can be radical with it. And when people are ill, they need to be radical. So it's really choices, but God's word is always right. The Genesis 1:29 and 30 is absolutely right, and people get well and stay well.
Okay, viewers, well, thank you so much for joining us today on Revelation TV. Remember, like I said earlier, we do have a catch-up service on our website. It's revelationtv.com. We're on YouTube. It's youtube.com/RTV Europe. We're on Twitter and social media, so it's twitter.com/revelationtv, and we've got the hashtag #GetWellStayWell. Remember to avoid the dairy and eat more fruits and vegetables. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Look forward to seeing you same time next time on Revelation. God bless. Bye.